Since I watched Avatar, since I just finished Avatar, I think it's only right. The moment Avatar, The Last Airbender, became a
20
masterpiece.
years.
Woo! Masterpiece? Yeah. Like I said, bro, my top joints, my top TV shows that I've ever seen in my life are One Piece, Arcane, Full Metal Alchemist, Bleach, Naruto, put Dragon Ball Z Kai. That's some calm shit. Vinland Saga, Attack on Titan. Bitch, I'll put The Office. Nah, The Office. I couldn't. Nah, I'm talking about animated shit though.
Since Avatar The Last Airbender first aired. And yet, despite the last 2 decades of rewatching and analysis and scrutiny, this show remains, in my opinion, an absolute masterpiece. It's one of those very rare pieces of art where everything just seemed to fall into place. The world building, the characters.
Yeah, the world is great, bro. The characters are great. Really, it's just, I ain't gonna lie, Zuko outshine all of them though. In terms of like characters, like character life thing, whatever you call that, like just a character lore.
The list of what Avatar The Last Airbender does well is
I remember when I was watching
endless. It is a true masterclass.
Is it May or Ma? I forget. She was beautiful though. That was so beautiful where she told Zula, I love Zuko more than I fear you. Ooh wee. Ooh wee. Ooh wee.
And storytelling, a nuanced but powerful show which
that was when, hold on, because I know everything now. I know every scene now.
It is a true masterclass in storytelling.
Was it this one Katara, she was going to go get her get back for her mom's. Damn, bro, I ain't gonna lie, the dude she was about to kill, that nigga was a hoe. Cause she was about to kill him. He said, yo, what's good, my brother? Bro, she was about to kill him. That nigga said, I killed your mom. It would make it right for you to not kill me and kill my mother. Yo, he's dead a hoe. He's dead a hoe. He did
a nuanced but powerful show which
He's
reveals
loser,
new
bro.
layers of depth and meaning.
I forgot
every
her
time
name.
You revisit
Forget
it,
her name.
which I try to do every 1 or 2 years. But if we're being honest, Avatar didn't start out this way. In fact, I've struggled in the past to introduce people to this show, because sure, while those early episodes of season 1 are charming, they can definitely be a bit of a slog to get through for some people.
Yeah, I'm not gonna hold you. Katara, it was when she found, it was when Zuko had told her he knew the person who killed her mom, and then they were going to go kill him. And then the nigga was like, oh, since I killed your mother, it would only make it right if you killed mine. So he was going to sacrifice his mom so he could live. Shit was that. But, ain't gonna lie, bro. The little stupid episodes, I didn't really have a problem with them. They were still good. Like, I don't really think it's really any bad episodes in Avatar. They all good in their own way. Obviously, it's some better than others. But I wouldn't say none of them was really bad. Yeah, I finished it last night, and then I watched the movie too. I'm not gonna hold you. Can Katara solo Azula in a full moon? I think so. Yes, because she can blood bend. But oh, hey, hold on, no, wait, hold on. Okay, okay, look, Azula perfect mental state versus Katara full moon. Nah, I think she can. I ain't gonna lie. I think she can negate the blood bending, bro. Full moon Katara with meteor Katara. Azula? Oh no, Azula's winning. I think she can negate, because I think for you to be able to negate the blood bending, you gotta have like a strong will. I feel if Azula, her mental is like, you know, like obviously I seen her go fucking crazy. She got the spitting fire like a dragon, but if she's cool, she can definitely beat Katara. Bro, I talked about this with my bros too, because they were telling me, they were talking about Toph. That's what I mean. Bro, hold on, bro. Bro, I'm pretty sure you could wait. How to bypass blood bending. I can't spell. Yeah, you can. Yes, I remember because I think that was from Korra. You could have like a sheer force of will. You can have strong will, and you can negate it, bro. I think that was in Korra though. But I think Azula would I think Azula would be able to do it because her mental is crazy. Until she went crazy, she could do it. I think a full moon versus a meteor Katara, basically full power Katara versus full power. She go be the fourth. She go be the first. She go be the first. She go be the first, bro. She go be the fucking first. She go be the first. Nice. Bro, that Avatar state, that shit trash, bro. Azula could do that though. But I was talking, um, kind of blood. Bro, you can do it though, bro. If you're will like fucking Hal Jordan, you could get through that shit, bro. But they were talking to me about Toph versus Azula, and they were saying, hold on, can I find it? They were saying, well, I think one of them was saying that Toph beats Azula in a one-on-one. I don't think that. I don't think that. I know Toph, she tough, but she not beating no Azula. I think no. Okay, I think Azula could beat anyone in a one-on-one fight besides Aang and Ozai, and maybe Iroh. Maybe Iroh. And Aang only Avatar state. Oh yeah, I forget. She is like, yeah, she is literally physical because oh yeah. Yeah, cause she got that. Oh yeah, yeah. I don't care. I think she still gonna win because she tough.
The tone
That
is
shit cheese, bro. Fuck out of it.
so
Shit
yeah,
whack.
the stakes feel
Fuck, she better boil her blood or some shit and pop it. I don't know.
lighter, and yeah, they're fun to watch. I'll always have good memories of seeing Aang tame the Unagi, but they definitely have that Nickelodeon energy, and they don't exactly scream, "This is one of the greatest animated stories ever told."
I don't know.
And yet, as
But
every
I don't know. I just think Azula will win. She's just so tough. She just I don't know. Okay, one on one, she beating most niggas. I don't know. Okay, I 50-50 against Katara with a full moon. Everybody else she beating besides Aang.
knows, Avatar doesn't stay this way for long. No, it grows, it matures, and it eventually becomes
I started watching Korra. I'm on episode 2.
this genuinely moving epic.
But that movie was tough. I can't even hold you. The movie was tough. Now, it was. I had higher expectations, but it was still a great movie.
About war and hope and redemption.
Sorry,
yes,
Paramount. I can't wait for it to drop. But I'm gonna rewatch it when it drop officially, though. But I had to watch
it. Much like Aang himself, the
show
finds this beautiful balance between lightness and real, often painful emotional depth, which raises the question: when exactly does Avatar transition from being a solid kid?
People, oh no, I watched it. I never finished it though. I don't know what I got to. I got to when Zahir pops up. And then I just like, I don't know what happened. I think I started watching One Piece, so then I just threw everything else aside. So then I just never went back to watching Korra. But I got pretty far in Korra. I like it. Obviously, I don't like it more than Avatar. Than Aang. But I don't think it's bad though. From what I remember, I don't think it's bad though. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I'm very excited for that new Avatar because that's another thing I like about Avatar. But it's only, I think it's like one person though, but people with like disabilities, like it's not really disabilities. Like Toph, she goddamn blind, but she's one of the greatest earthbenders ever. Literally. I don't know if she's better than Boomy. I don't know who's better between her and Boomy. Because I haven't seen too much of Boomy, but I hear that Boomy is like, he up there. But Toph, like, you know, and then I think her name is Pavi. That's her name. She got like one leg. So I want to know how that's gonna be. Like, you know? Like how she go use her numb leg. I don't know. And she go be a earthbender. Like she's born an earthbender. Yeah, she has a twin. I don't even know how that's gonna work. I don't know how that's gonna work. And then another thing too, I done Korra. She ended the Avatar thing, right? So I don't know if she can't go into the Avatar state, but I'm like she not gonna be able to like go and talk to the past avatars. So she not really gonna have no help. Like she gonna be like goddamn Juan. She gonna be going in that bed booty naked. Like she not gonna be able to talk to Aang. She not gonna be able to talk to Roku. Yeah, one is yeah. I was thinking like one is the Avatar, but the other one like spiritual. Like she like got some spiritual shit or something. She just asked. Now I'd be tight too. Fuck out of here. Hold on, she a non-bender though. Like damn, like you made her the Avatar. You could at least give her a twin, like shit, Earth 2 or some water or some shit, bro. She mad regular. That's crazy. I remember. This is a long time ago. I remember when the because this shit got leaked, but it was before we knew like really anything. But I remember when it was told that she was twins. Do you know that a rumor was going around that it was that they were gonna be split? Like their power was gonna be split. Like one of them would have like two elements, then the other one would have the other two. Like one would be born with water and fire, and then the other one would be born to use like air and earth. That was a long time ago though. That was like I don't know how many years ago. That was a crazy theory, and I low key believed it.
Show to something much more. What is the precise moment Avatar The Last Airbender becomes the masterpiece we all know it as today? Well,
ooh, I would say for me, okay, one scene I'm thinking of like it's a masterpiece is but this seems pretty far though. But this right here, I'm not gonna hold you. When I seen this, I was like, yeah, this one of those. Or you already know what I'm about to go to. You already know what I'm about to go to. Um, this right here. I would say this probably right here. Yeah, I would say this right here. This is when I was like, this one of them. This right here when he was screaming at the sky. That doesn't make sense to something that happened in Korra. See, I never knew because I never finished Korra, so I never knew. I never knew what happened. I don't know what happened in the Korra. Only thing I know that the spirit world and then the regular world like living in one, so they all together, right? And then like the Avatar state thing is like kind of done. That's all I know. But I didn't watch it and see it for myself. That's just from word of mouth.
Well, I think there are a few episodes you could feasibly point to.
I mean that. Ain't gonna lie, that was a long time ago though.
Some people might say it's the Winter
That's
Solstice
just what I remember.
two-parter, when the spiritual mythology
because people used to talk about it in school, bro.
Really starts to unfold. Others might point to the
niggas used to talk about it at the lunch table, bro. That's what made me watch it though. Like I was never gonna even watch Korra. I never even watch Avatar back then, bro.
Deserter with its surprisingly heavy themes of discipline and responsibility. Maybe it's when the story reaches the Northern Water Tribe and the scale of the world properly opens up. Or if you're a little more patient, maybe you think it's not until season 2, when Azula steps onto the stage, or when Toph joins the group and the show's final form really starts to take shape. But for me, the real shift, the moment Avatar The Last...
What you gonna say, episode 1?
Airbender becomes a masterpiece, happens much earlier, in Season 1, Episode 12, The Storm.
Okay. He said, let's just say Avatar cycle didn't end the way you think because there's another new Avatar. Right, Pavi. Ouch. Right? Pavi the Avatar. Damn, Korra fucked up. I'll slap the shit out of Korra if I'll be mad as hell. Imagine you chilling and then a spirit just walking your house. Nah.
Like I've already said, the first 11 episodes of Avatar.
Because since you see, I don't even want to say too much, but bro, I remember watching Avatar, the person who still faces. So if the spirit world and the regular world is a thing, that mean that nigga roaming the streets. Bro, imagine you having the time of your life, and then the dude who take faces pull up on you. What you go do? Korra's literally Aang, though, same person, different body. Nah, bro, they all different, bro. They all reincarnations, but they all different, bro. They all different. Think about it, bro. Damn, what's her name? Kyoshi. Aang wouldn't have did what Kyoshi did. Aang wouldn't have did that. Facts. Now, Aang probably would have did what Roku did. But Roku wouldn't have did what Aang did. Nah, Roku kind of... Damn, what's the other bit? And then the bit with she got her head big as shit, and then she got the hair in the back. Like, she killed people, though. Aang would never kill nobody.
Are not bad by any means. In fact, when compared to most other animated shows, they're pretty solid. Episodes such as the Southern Air Temple, the Water...
Who's your favorite character in Avatar?
bending scroll, and the Winter Solstice two-parter.
There's one character in Korra I like more than Zuko. Oh, Zuko your favorite? Damn, you just answered my shit by saying that shit. You like more than Zuko? Who, Mako? Oh nah.
Lay essential bricks in the show's
you talking about his
foundation,
grandson?
building the
Don't tell me you
world,
talking about his
deepening
trash
the
grandson.
characters, and quietly setting up a much larger story. However,
I'm thinking you talking about another firebender. Since you said Zuko, but is Zuko your favorite character? I don't think no. Well, I don't. From what I remember, oh, you don't want to spoil it. I ain't gonna hold you. The only person I really remember, Amon. He was tough. He died though. I remember that. And he downed a boat with his brother or something like that. Zahir, the toughest. He one of the toughest villains I seen. Besides, I don't know. Cause bro from the, I don't know if you watched the movie, but bro from the movie was tough. I don't know if I like him more than Zahir though, because I remember Zahir tough, because that nigga learned how to fly. He cut off all his worldly attachments because his girl died. He started flying. He was putting air bubbles on people, around people's heads, and suffocating them to death.
Compared
that
to
boy
what
tough.
Avatar: The Last Airbender would eventually
But
become,
Taga though, ooh, I don't know. Oh damn, I just spoiled his name. I don't know if you watched the movie. My bad, bro.
The first half of book 1 does have its shortcomings. There's an overtly adventure of the week vibe running through these early episodes. Light,
Sokka really hard, bro.
That, while charming and often laying
Sokka really tough. He one of my favorite
still feel
characters.
a little juvenile. And of
Jet
course,
ho.
this makes
I don't fuck with Jet.
Avatar originally aired on Nickelodeon and was aimed primarily at kids. But while there's still undoubtedly heart in these episodes, there's just not.
That's when Katara was hating on my boy because he was mad talented.
And this is especially true when you look at the two episodes that immediately precede the storm, Jet and the Great Divide. Now, look, I would have
slapped that nigga Jet, boy. There was one character in Korra that has more aura than Zuko. Ooh, Top Daughters. Them the only people I could think of who got more swag than him. Top Daughters, tough. Mako type. What's his name? Bolin hard. Because he got lava bending. He tough.
It's an interesting enough character piece, which does a decent job at teasing some of the moral grey areas the show will explore with much more depth and nuance later on. However, when you step back and look at the plot, a group of ragtag...
It's crazy to really think about though, like, when you really think about it and really like, oh, like, these niggas was like 14 to 16, Aang was like 12. Going off trying to save the world, bro. Like, that is so crazy to me, like, yo... They were going around the world saving the world at like 13, 14, 15, 16 years old, bro. Yeah, Aang is 100, he was 112, but you get what I'm saying, though. He is old as shit. He is old as shit, but you get what I'm saying, though. That's tough, bro. Cause like when you see them, and then you see like you see them go like an adult by them, you see how small they are, and like you like, damn, these really some children. Like sometimes I really be forgetting, like, yo, these are children, bro. Like, these niggas are children. Like, Aang being the Avatar, people telling him, yo, you gotta save the world. You gotta save the world. It's your destiny to save the world. Mind you, my little nigga only 12, bro. Nigga, he ain't even hit puberty yet, bro. He ain't got no hair on his balls, bro. He a jet. And he got all this pressure on him, though. That's tough. I can't lie. That's tough. I understand why he ran, bro. But then it was like, that's what I'm saying. Like, in the beginning, we see he ran. But in the end, he went on to face Ozai head on. Oh my god.
Later on. However, when you step back and look at the plot, a group of ragtag teenagers launching guerrilla strikes against entire Fire Nation battalions.
When they soloed the adults in the Earth Kingdom?
A little childish and silly. Especially when
Which
you
one was
throw
that?
in the very
Talking about when they first pulled up, or when Azula was there?
Between Jet and Katara.
I don't remember. I only remember the one when Azula was there and she put that light in that nigga back.
Agreed upon by
Killed
the
that boy.
Avatar fanbase to be the worst episode of the entire show. Perhaps the only bad episode.
Boy, I was scared, boy. I was scared. I thought he was a goner.
The entire show, due to just how inconsequential and instantly forgettable it is. Hell, even the creators of Avatar: The Last Airbender.
And then hold on, cause I remember seeing it. Cause I think Aang could have killed. Cause I think he could have killed Ozai here, right? But he didn't because he's such a good kid. right? Couldn't he have killed him here, or am I tripping? Man, like, he was spamming that lightning. He was spamming that lightning. But right here. That's why I thought that he could have killed him here, right? Because that's why his face was so shocked. He was like, "Damn, this little he really could have had me. He really could have got me." But he sent that bit thing. That's what made me like Aang even more, bro. He's so tough. Have you ever told him to kill him? But in Buddhism, you're not supposed to kill no matter what. Yeah, bro. All life is precious, bro. No matter what. That's what I like about Aang, though, because what he say? He said, "Dang, what he say? What he say to Katara, bro? Revenge is never the right way." He said, "Damn, hold on. What did he say to Katara?" He said something about forgiveness. What did he say? Yeah, it's easy to do nothing, but it's hard to forgive. Revenge is never the answer. Revenge is injustice. And he lived by that shit too. Cause most niggas, they'll say that and then they'll get put in Aang's situation and then kill, bro. But Aang didn't do that. Crazy, bro. He tough.
Brian Konietzko and Michael Dante DiMartino have.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they told him to, like, they told him, most people told him kill him. Mind you, bro, Aang like what, 13, 14, bro. They telling him, yo, you gotta kill him, bro. Dude, come on, bro.
Disowned the Great Divide, which you've got to say is pretty funny.
And that's why Iroh is so great. That's why Iroh is so great. Because I know Iroh knew that he wasn't going to kill him. Because if he would have killed him, what did Iroh say? He said something. I can't, bro. It's too much.
Together,
it's too
these
much
episodes really
it's too much. It's
that
too much.
lighter,
Iroh said something about like
of early Avatar.
I forget,
and maybe this
bro.
is why the tonal whiplash of the storm hits as hard as it does. It's the moment the show stops playing around. Like the writers suddenly realized one day that they were already halfway through the first season and should probably start showing everyone what this seemingly simple story was truly capable of. The emotional complexity of the storm and its status as a turning point in the show are evident from the very first scene. We open not with a joke or a quirky side quest, but with a nightmare, Aang floating in this dreamlike void. The music is cold and otherworldly. Katara and Sokka appear at his side, his new points of comfort, his found family. But they vanish just
as... I mean, that nigga supposed to cut off all worldly attachments. He ain't do that. That nigga wasn't supposed to fall in no love. He ain't supposed to have no girlfriend. Come on, cuz. But he young, though. So it makes sense, but that nigga ain't supposed to have no crush.
Quickly, they can't help him here. Then comes Monk Gyatso. He asks why Aang disappeared before crumbling into ash. A haunting moment made even more powerful by the brilliant animation. We even witness
that should look better in the movie, obviously, because it's updated and shit.
Few frames of Fire Lord Ozai's towering silhouette right before Aang wakes up. Now remember, at this point in the series, we barely know anything about Aang's past, but we don't need context to feel the weight of what he's seeing here. It's a nightmare about fear. Fear of the past he ran from, and the destiny he's still not quite ready to face. It's not...
Like, bro, we don't know none of these people besides Gyatso. I really want to see how they was moving, though. Because, damn, bro. Yo, you didn't watch the movie, right?
Exposition, it's not set up. It's guilt, it's trauma, and with it, Avatar quietly signals that it's about to start digging a little deeper. Anyway, while Aang wrestles with guilt
you a
in
fucking
his
chud,
dreams,
bro.
A different kind of commotion is brewing aboard Zuko's ship. There's not a cloud in the sky, but Uncle Iroh, with that quiet wisdom of his, can feel a storm.
Yeah, I was gonna wait too, but then I watched it. I was gonna wait too because I thought Avatar wasn't gonna be as good as it really is. So I was like, I'll be able to wait. But after I finished the show, I was like, yo, boy, slow down. I had to go watch
crew, who mutter resentfully behind his back. He's not some noble prince. He's just a scarred teenager, obsessed, reckless, isolated. And yet, even here, the storm plants the seeds of something deeper. Zuko isn't cruel for cruelty's sake. He's frustrated, desperate.
bro. And then oh my gosh, on the beach, bro, they asked him, Zuko, what are you mad at? Are you mad at you mad at father? No. You mad at uncle? No. You mad at me? No. Who are you mad at? I'm mad at myself. I'm confused. I don't know the difference between right and what's wrong. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, boy, when I seen that, oh boy, I had to told Todoroki is Zuko to wait off. You watch My Hero Academia. I did watch My Hero Academia. Todoroki was tough. I'm not gonna hold you. He was tough when he was first introduced. After a while, he's kind of got ass. That's just me. That's just me. That's just me. When he was first introduced, we seen him. He was tough, but along the line, he got ass. And then he got back tough when he fought his brother Dobby. When he fought his brother Dobby, he got back tough. He got back in my good spirits. But he's still low key ass.
Alone. For now, though, none of that matters. They
His
can't
pop's a hoe.
outrun what's coming.
His brother's
Not
a
in the
hoe.
sky, and not
His whole
inside
family full of
themselves.
hoes besides his mom and his sister and his little bro.
Meanwhile,
Or is that his
Team
big bro?
Avatar
I don't know.
stopped in a seaside village.
My Hero is really great, bro. I wish I could watch that again. Cause that's a show too that like I went in like this shit gonna be ad, bro. This shit gonna be trad, bro. Boy, that shit was beautiful.
supplies and
I never watched a
now,
movie.
up until this point,
I don't
in the
really watch anime movies for real. I'm not gonna hold you. I don't. Last one I seen was like a fucking I don't even know. I think a Naruto movie like years ago when they were adults. You talking about? Hold on. They dropped a movie? What that shit? 2020 what? 2026? 2025? Wait, you talking about at the end? Wait, hold on. Am I bugging out? I know what you cause I know what's my boy? My boy Lemillion became the #1 hero. Stop playing with my goat. My nigga Midoriya lost his powers, but he ended up with Shorty. What's her name? Yakura, Uraka, whatever her name is. I ain't gonna lie, he ugly when he an adult though. He mad chop when he grown. I'm not gonna lie, he ugly. He ugly, bro. This nigga is chopped when he's an adult. I'm not gonna lie. This nigga's ugly, but he tough though, cause he got like 2 corks. But he ugly, bro. His adult style is ugly.
story, every character who meets Aang has treated him the same
I
way.
remember
Up
that.
until this point in
I remember that. This when the shorties was on him. What they call that boy Angie? Yeah, I was there.
the story, every character who meets Aang has treated him the same way.
That's bro. I remember him because he was in a movie.
With the same kind of awe
He
and
did that gay
blind
shit.
reverence.
K-boy.
You know, the
Bro been gay
Avatar
for
is
decades.
back. Hope
Why
has
does Appa
returned.
look so small, or is that perspectives? Because he's in the back.
No one questions where he's been, no one asks what his absence cost. And to be honest, I've always found this a little strange. Again, I get that it's a kids show, but you'd think after 100 years of war, after everything people have lost, there'd be at least a few characters who didn't exactly greet him with open arms. And
But it was. It was though. It was. It literally was. It was people who didn't like him because he was gone and the war kept going. It was people like that. I forget what village out there. Were they water people or earth people? I forget. Wait, no, that was with Kyoshi. It was Killer for. Remember that was Killer for Kyoshi. But it was people who didn't like him because he was gone.
this is why I love the fisherman who Aang meets here. He actually might be one of the best single episode characters the show ever had, because he's not blindly celebrating the Avatar's return. No, he's angry, bitter. He looks
I think all those people died because these new people were. Who were used to the war.
at Aang not as a hero, but a failure. It's a rare moment of realism where the emotions match the messy,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Cause but then at the same time, I think a lot of people who was like, "Dang, you a coward for running," but it's like, yo, bro, the nigga found out. The nigga, he was 12. He was like 12. He was like 12, and people telling him that the fate of the world, the fate of the world is in his hands. He's a 12-year-old kid. He trying to go play basketball. He trying to go play, he trying to shoot some hoops. Talk to some air nomads or some shit, boy. He ain't trying to save no world. He trying to be a regular kid. That's mad pressure.
Complicated world the story is actually set in. And
that shit was literally, he literally got a duty forced on him. That shit sucks.
The way Aang reacts, not with anger, but with
100 years of conquering,
tells us everything. Even without knowing the full story yet, we can feel that Aang has been...
That's what I'm... Right, bro. 12 years, even... he did have 12 years of fun. But he was still, like, damn near practicing every day, but he became an air nomad at 12, so he mastered airbending, but still, like, them motherfuckers... Right, bro, like, you 12 years old, motherfuckers telling you, yo, bro, you the most important person in the world. We need you. The whole world needs you, not just us. The whole world. The world is on your shoulders. Like, bro, what?
Carrying something heavy, something unspoken, ever since he woke up from that iceberg. It's the first real crack.
Bro just wanna
adventurous...
tell booty jokes, scoot around in that air bubble scooter shit, go to school, dance, and hang with Katara.
Image of the boy monk we've seen
Is that a bad life?
Eventually Aang flies off. Katara follows him, and it's at this point that the storm splits into two parallel stories, Aang's past and Zuko's past, cutting between them with rhythmic precision. And it's such a smart choice, because even though the two stories are technically unrelated, the emotions underneath them are nearly identical. Guilt, shame, isolation, both of them shaped by forces they couldn't control. Both of them carrying scars they're still trying to outrun. And what makes it even smarter is the way the show structures these two stories. Both Aang and Zuko's pasts are told around
Blue Spirit
fires,
OP, who that?
Cave,
she bad?
On a ship. And the
who
episode
Blue
cleverly
Spirit?
Fades between them. Aang is finally opening up to Katara, while Iroh explains Zuko's history to the ship's crew, who up until now have only seen...
Oh, I thought that shit was called the Blue Man. I thought it was the Blue Demon. Damn, I'm ugly.
Him as this angry...
I'm ugly as hell.
Figure.
I thought it was the Blue Demon.
Like us, the audience. It's simple
or the Blue Dragon. Blue Dragon sound harder.
Aang's story starts first. Sitting in the cave, he tells Katara about...
Yeah, these kids bald as shit. There ain't no girls, I don't think, unless they just bald, so they don't...
his life at the Southern Air Temple. A life of freedom and community and play.
That's a nigga. He bald as hell. Damn, that's crazy. He mastered air at 12 years old.
The memories are bright and warm, with this
tough.
soft white sheen that gives them a slightly idealized, nostalgic feel. But there's also this deep sense of sadness running underneath them. We learn that the monks revealed to Aang that he was the Avatar far earlier than tradition would dictate, out of fear that war was coming, and that the world would soon need him. And after this reveal...
So they told him earlier than what they were supposed to. And they thought that he was just gonna... Yeah, you right. You right. I understand. I will fight the Fire Lord. What are you talking about? Wait a minute.
Everything changes for Aang. The other kids at...
Korra knew she was the Avatar at 3. She did. I remember. I watched episode 1. She was in that bed. I'm the Avatar. Deal with it. But that's different though. I think. Cause they weren't telling her, yo, I gotta go fight this Fire Lord again. They about to invade us, twin. And plus, she had all them people with her though. Like she had Katara, she had Tenzin, she had all them masters, she had the White Lotus with her. She got mad. Come on, cuz. Use the other elements anytime for those 12 years. That's true. He could have learned the other elements early. But I think it's different though with them, because the air nomads, they be closed off though, right? So they probably... She wasn't? How the fuck she learn it? She was just tough? Because when she was a baby, she had that belly full of soup. I seen her she did a little bit of water. She did fire and earth. She didn't do air though. That's one thing too though. I like how they firebend in Korra. Like I like how Korra firebend, because she box with it. That's tough. Can't even hold you.
The temple treats him differently. The monks treat him differently. He's no longer just another airbender. He's something else now, something bigger.
Bro,
And this is all made painfully
bro,
clear.
the face of the air nomads. Yeah, this nigga ugly.
When Aang overhears the monks debating whether to take him away from Monk Gyatso, the only true parental figure he has.
Oh, I don't remember that. They gonna take him because Gyatso was babying him because he would treat him like an actual kid. But they want to treat him as a goddamn weapon.
This is the true breaking point. The Fire Nation might be the distant threat, but in this moment it's the people Aang trusts, his own community, who make him feel more isolated than ever. And faced with that, he runs. Not out of selfishness, not out of cowardice, but
fear.
because he's a scared kid, and for the first time in his life, he feels completely
I understand alone. Though. I don't blame him for that.
Meanwhile,
if he was a grown man, that's different, bro.
Back on the ship, Zuko's story unfolds. And just like Aang's, it's not the story of a great fall from power. It's the story of a boy being crushed by expectations he didn't choose.
What they say to him? They're lucky to have Azula, but this nigga was lucky to be born. Ooh.
Through Iroh's explanation to the crew, we see a young, scarless Zuko, eager to impress, stepping into a Fire Nation war meeting. He speaks out impulsively, objecting to a plan that would sacrifice the lives of new recruits. But Zuko isn't punished because he's wrong. He's punished because he speaks out of turn, challenging the rigid hierarchy of the Fire Nation's
his pops is like...
The real emotional blow comes when Zuko is forced into an Agni Kai.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, his pops is bogus. He bogus. But at least he ready though, like he's scared, but he ain't no punk.
And learns too late that his opponent is not the war general he interrupted, but his own father. When he begs for mercy,
never mind.
He's met not with understanding, but with violence.
Oh, never mind. Damn, I got it confused. I thought he was like that.
Ozai burns him without...
That nigga got on his knees, started crying. Look at Azula, just cheesing, bro. She's so tough.
Hesitation, and banishes him in shame. The scar, of course, is the most visible consequence, but what lingers far deeper is the emotional wound. The internalized belief that speaking out, showing compassion, even hesitating in the face of cruelty, will only ever lead to rejection and pain. Both Aang and Zuko are, in their own ways, exiled. Aang cast adrift from his people by fear and expectation, encased in ice for 100 years. Zuko banished by his father for showing a flicker of humanity in a system built to crush it. And the Storm is careful not to overstate these parallels. There's no heavy narration telling the viewer what to think. Instead, the structure, the mirrored fires, the matching sequences of shame and exile, invites the audience to draw the connections themselves.
Ouch.
Both boys are burdened by expectations that they never asked for. Both are trapped by choices they had no real power to make. And both are now adrift, carrying the consequences of those moments on their shoulders. This dual structure doesn't just deepen our understanding of Aang and Zuko individually, it transforms the emotional stakes of the show itself. Because, think about it, before this point we didn't really know these two people that well. Sure, we knew the surface details. Aang was the fun-loving, carefree kid with a hidden burden. Zuko was the angry, brooding villain chasing him across the world. But that was about it. Their real histories, the weight that they were carrying, the reasons they behaved the way they did, had been left mostly unspoken. The Storm changes all of that. The episode ends with Aang risking his life to save the fisherman who cursed him, and Zuko risking his life to save the crew who doubted him. Two acts of compassion, two moments of redemption, or at least the beginning of one. And then, in the middle of the chaos, it happens. As Aang and Appa fly through the storm, carrying everyone to safety, Zuko looks up from the deck of his ship and sees him. Their eyes meet for a brief moment across the sky. There's no dialogue, no confrontation, just a fleeting glance between two boys who, for all their differences, are carrying a really similar weight. And for me, this is the moment Avatar: The Last Airbender becomes a masterpiece. What the Storm does so effectively is recalibrate our understanding of the story.
They got you early, didn't they?
From this point on, Avatar: The Last Airbender is no longer just a well-made adventure series with a strong premise. It's a story.
I remember that.
Story about trauma, identity, and the burden of expectation. About what it means to carry guilt, to question your place in the world, to be shaped by choices you didn't fully make. And the thing is, even when the show returns to lighter, more episodic storytelling...
why he push her like that? I don't even remember that. Hold on,
even
boy.
when the show returns to lighter, more episodic storytelling, and it does, there's now something...
Tara neck long as hell.
Deeper running.
Did I watch Code Geass? Code Geass. That's my boy Lelouch, right? Lelouch. I never finished it. Yeah, I never finished it. I don't even think I ever finished season 1. But I hear it's a very, very good show. Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch it, rewatch it, whatever. I never finished it though. I'm gonna have to watch it. Yeah, yeah.
Underneath.
I am going to watch
Every
that.
joke, every village visit,
I'm
every
going to watch
skirmish
that.
with a low-level
Facts.
Fire Nation soldier carries the echo of what these characters have been
Watch it out the
through.
Korra.
Furthermore, the storm sets the emotional foundation for what is, in my opinion, the most important narrative thread in the entire series.
Boy, you know what I'm watching after
connection
Korra?
between Aang
You know what
and
I'm watching
Zuko.
after Korra? You know what I'm watching after Korra? You know what I'm watching after Korra? I got you. I'm gonna watch
The
it.
hero and the
I'm not watching
antagonist,
nothing. I didn't
the
have
monk
nothing after
and the
that.
prince.
Cause
Their
I'm already.
stories
I
don't
was
just
gonna be
run
One Piece, but
parallel,
I'm kind of caught up with One Piece now. Let me see. What episode am I at? Yeah, I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 episodes behind. Caught up with One Piece. Then I gotta go read the manga. That shit is mad long. Cause I know I'm behind crazy. Yeah. I got nothing after this though. I don't think that I could think of. Yeah. I was watching some Seven Deadly Sins,
kind
but
of bend towards each other. And that moment across the sky, that brief look in the middle of the storm, is the first time we really
keep
feel
that, bro.
The first
Damn,
time we
that hurt.
sense that this isn't just about balance between elements
Ooh, that
and
Roku?
nations. It's about balance between people, between paths
Look at
not
his
taken,
face. That boy
between
clean.
who
That
you
boy
were and who you
clean.
could still become. And that, my friends, is going to be it for
Such
now.
a plot
If you're
twist,
interested in
left
hearing
and
more
right.
of my
Ooh.
thoughts on this beautiful
Yeah,
show,
I've heard
I
great
actually
things
made
about
a
Code Geass. I never
96-minute
finished it
video
though.
reviewing and ranking every episode from the season.
Damn, boy, you one of them.
It's probably my personal favorite video I've ever made, so if you want to check that out, the link's in the description. Otherwise, thank you so
I might
much
watch
for
that on my
watching.
own.
I hope you have a great day, and I will see you in the next one.
Okay, Avatar. Avatar is great. Okay.